Good morning, campus. How's everybody doing today? Oh my gosh, yesterday I enjoyed you guys so much. I was so amazed to see how you guys were all so interactive, how everybody participated. You guys were so energetic. I so loved seeing that. It lets me know that you're so excited about learning and being the best that you can be. Okay, boys and girls, so with that being said, let's move on. And we're spiraling again our standards. 1.1, okay? RI 1.1, you guys should be familiar with this. And we're going to go ahead and look at problem and solution. But let's go ahead and look at the standard, and I'm going to also go ahead and look at the objective for today. So, I can refer to details and examples in a text when explaining what the text says explicitly and when drawing an inference from the text. Okay, so I can match problems with their solution. Boys and girls, what I want you at the end of this lesson, what I want you to be able to take away from this lesson is to this. Be able to understand, to identify the problem in an article, and to be able to understand the solution. How was that problem solved? So we got two important words in this lesson, problem and solution. So I want you to walk away being able to identifying the problem and paying attention to the solution. So let's talk a little bit about the problem, identifying or the definition of a problem. So the problem in a story, in an informational text, it could be a literary informational, but right now we're focusing on informational text. What goes wrong in that text, okay? It's usually a challenge that's being faced with, that someone's being faced with, or an obstacle, something that's in the way, that's preventing something from occurring. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, so normally when we have a problem, we're kind of trying to use our brains. We're not so happy about it sometimes, most of the time, because we're trying to figure it out. Okay, so some texts are organized to focus on the problem and solution. So a lot of authors, we have different, and problem and solution is a text structure. When authors write stories, they determine how they're going to structure the text so that their readers can better understand what they're saying. Okay. So solution, if you take a look at my happy face right here, when we find the solution to our problems, we're excited, we're relaxed, we're calm. We can now go and enjoy ourselves, have a great evening. So the solution is how the problem is fixed or solved. So you have the problem and you have the solution. And we're talking about informational text. So some signal words that we should look out for when we're getting ready to identify a problem and solution is words such as questions, answer, must, stop, fix, make sure, and should. Now let me give you an example about a problem, and this problem right now that we have going on in our world right now. We're going to be real with this, some reality within this. So boys and girls, I want you to listen carefully. So right now we are in a pandemic. Okay, we are all being faced with a disease called COVID-19, and I know you boys and girls have been hearing a lot about it because before school closed, I remember the students would come in talking about coronavirus all day long. But no one really took it to be as serious as it really is. So we know that that's a problem in our world right now, not just in the United States, but the entire world. We have this pandemic that's called COVID-19, or the coronavirus, as you may as well know it, that's really hurting a lot of people. And we're all trying to avoid from getting sick with this virus. So we know that's the problem. And that's informational text, okay? That's reality. Okay, so we're trying to find a way that we can solve this problem of not becoming ill with the coronavirus, or maybe just sending the coronavirus away entirely. So but right now, we're working on certain solutions as to how to stay safe from being infected with the coronavirus. Okay, so some things that the CDC is asking us to do is, and we should always do these things. Wash our hands regularly. Okay, if you're out playing, before you jump into bed or jump on the sofas, change your clothes, take a shower and change your clothes. Constantly wash your hands, constantly wipe down, constantly just keeping clean, making sure that you're clean, your environment is clean. And one that we notice that's different in our society nowadays is that the majority of people are wearing a mask, okay? Because the mask helps us from becoming infected with the COVID-19. So that's so far a solution. So we have a problem, this COVID-19. The solution, I'm just going to use one solution right for you too. Wash our hands thoroughly and wear a mask whenever out in public. Okay, so I want you to remember that. So the problem is when something goes wrong, we have a challenge. The solution is how we're going to fix the challenge. And that's what we're going to look at today. And we learned that our signal words for this standard, this objective. So at the end of this objective, as I told you, I want you to be able to identify a problem and identify a solution in reading your text. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a small example right now here about short little informational here. You can go ahead and read with me with your inside voice. People should pile sandbags around the pond to make sure it doesn't overflow. Now that's that's one sentence, boys and girls. So if you will, and I know you have your journals with you, go ahead and write that sentence in your journal for me, please. And as you write that sentence in your journal, I want you to underline the problem and circle the solution. Okay? You're going to go ahead, write the sentence. When you're done writing the sentence, give me a thumbs up, everybody. When you're done, I'm going to give you the step-by-step what I need you to do. Okay, everybody's done? People should pile sandbags around the pond to make sure it doesn't overflow. So I said, now that you've written that sentence for me, go ahead and underline the problem. What is the problem in that short sentence right there? What is the problem? The problem is always the challenge. What could go wrong? Okay, I'm going to call on somebody. When I call on you, please unmute. Sarah, what did you think the problem was in here? Read it to yourself again before you answer the question. Others of you, I want you to be focusing in on that question. Circle, underline the problem, and circle the solution. Okay, Sarah, did I hear you say the pond might overflow? Very good. That is the problem or the challenge. Okay? The pond might overflow. And what would be the solution? How would they prevent the pond from overflowing? Jimmy. Go ahead and reread that again, boys and girls. We want to come up with our solution. How we're going to fix the problem. Jimmy, did I hear you say put sandbags around the pond? I don't know what I'm going to do with you guys. You guys are just so amazing. I can tell that you guys clearly understood the problem and solution. Okay, boys and girls. So what I want you to do right now, turn and tell your neighbor, your partner, whoever it is, if you have a little brother, little sister, let's go back and recap on problem. I can match problems with their solution. So tell them the problem is what goes wrong. The solution is how the problem is solved. The problem is what goes wrong, or the challenge. The solution is how the problem is solved. So go ahead and write that down, because you're going to use these strategies as you're reading all of those informational texts in iExcel to help you identify the problem and the solution. Boys and girls, it has been so great working with you guys and being here for you today. I want you to always remember something, and I'm going to close with this for today. Believe in yourself. Say, I believe in myself. Say it again. I believe in myself. Awesome, amazing. Remember, you are full of greatness. There's nothing that you cannot do. Have an amazing evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.